allowing healing. It is, I want to be positive, I really do. However, it is kind of hard to heal and allow your own healing if you are, or not allow your own healing. It's just difficult to heal if you are around people that don't allow healing. And this is how we need to take responsibility of where we put ourselves in the world. If we put ourselves among people who take us down, pick us apart, always open up whenever we want to close, if they don't respect closure, if they don't know how to heal, and so they can't allow other people to heal. And if they don't actually work on these things, so they're just destructive. And you can't change people. And your priority number one is to make sure that you are well and healed. And so what that takes is, what that requires of you is to make sure that you don't put yourself in situations where people can stop or break that healing. And this is obviously, I'm talking about from a perspective of you actually being in a place where you actually are allowing yourself to heal, and you allow others to heal, and you are advanced in that sense. And if you are advanced in that sense, I see no reason why you would then put yourself in a position where that can be destroyed. And this is where boundaries come in. And it's taken me personally a long time to accept that we can't all work things out and stay and work things out. I don't know why my camera does that sometimes. Thumbs up. But I would really love that, because I believe that all people have the capacity or the capability to heal if they wanted to, but it takes the work. It takes the work from them on themselves, and not all people do that. And so the people that do that has to be the a-holes to say, no, I don't want your destructive behavior, your destructive beliefs. I don't want your destructive tendencies in my life, because it is destroying me, and I don't want to be destroyed. I am on a healing path. And healing means being whole. Healing means, if you look at your skin, it means when your skin, if you have a wound and it starts to flake and create a closure, a barrier for it to create new skin underneath, you don't pick that off until it falls off by itself. And destructive people, every time it starts to be a surface where it's hardening, it gets a wound that is not open, it's closing, they start picking that off. And so it becomes a wound again, never allowing healing. And that is just, I don't make the rules around that. Well, I do make rules around that. I put boundaries so they can't pick my wounds. But I don't make the rules about why the universe is set up like this, that we have to be assholes and exclude people from our lives. Because part of me thinks that I should be able to be healed and whole without requiring other people to be in a certain way. But as far as I know, boundaries are the way out of that. And allowing yourself to go to places and be with people that are enabling your healing and supporting your healing and respecting your closure and respecting your healing. And I've I have been one of those people that didn't respect closure. And I didn't know what I was doing. I was doing what I came from, and that was destructive. Once I know now what I was doing, I can do differently, and I can respect closure, and I can actually have my own life and my own success that I could not figure out. I could not seem to figure out what was wrong before. I just could not heal. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse, and there was no good ever. And now I see why. Constantly being attacked when I tried to achieve closure and keep closure. Constantly having, losing these boundaries and losing closure. And that's not how life is supposed to be, because you cannot build on that at all. If everything all of a sudden, once you set a boundary, or you form something and set a boundary for something, that's what forming is. It is setting its definition. That is what definition is. It's a limitation. And if that limitation, that line that is keeping the form, is always attacked into nothingness, it all just becomes one big puddle of water, and all becomes fluent, and no identity can survive, and no individuality can thrive or exist. So that is all destructive, and we don't want that destructive shit. Sorry. We don't want destructiveness. I know why people are thinking like, oh my God, if everything is closed, nobody can get in. And we'll just all be excluded all the time. And we have no closeness, we have no connection, and then we're all going to die. But no. There can be closure, complete closure. You can contain something, you can retain something, and have closure. And choose whether or not you open up a little bit, how much you open up, if you open up at all. And you can actually be too closed, or many closed people with closure and identity and a sense of closure and form and meet without without that happening. You can actually just keep the form, and they're still close, but as individuals that keep form. And that's the foundation you can build on.